Hello loyal members of the CRAA-Nation, Dave here of Comic Reviews and X, bringing you a review of the Legacy Thunder Megazord. This was one of my favourite Megazords growing up, and it's a shame I didn't or wasn't able to keep the original. That got thrown out unfortunately a long time ago. But the void in my mind seems to have been filled, but let's go into it a little bit more detail. So let's go straight away to the Red Dragon. So here we go. Let's get you. So here we are, Red Dragon. Design wise, it looks pretty much the same as the original, only with more improvements. It gives more than the original offered. So let's go with the idea of, first of all, the designs. With the Legacy stuff, they go completely show accurate in regards to the details and the decals and all that. So actually these aren't even decals, these aren't even stickers, these are painted on. So that's really nice. So yeah, we've got show accurate design and a flexible neck that has completely different joints and is pretty much independent of itself. Each joint can twist, turn, bend. The only thing is it can't stay like that, but you don't need it to. That's a really nice design. The only downside for mine, which it's not going to be anything in the entire design choice, but with the little arms, as you can see, this one doesn't want to stay on, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But out of all of it, this is a really nice look. But let's get it into its fighting mode. So first things first, let's remove this little piece and flip that back into the foot, so now he has a full foot. Then we will remove the head and just put that over there, and we'll just tilt you up just so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so in regards to the legs, twist. Actually, it's easier to just snap them all in, like I said, except for this one. There we go. Like I said, all becomes pretty much a solid piece. So we do that with the same with this one, and he's able to stand. Whew! Tell you what, doing these is a lot of hard work when you only have one working proper arm. Okay, so arm wise, we snap them together. Now he has one solid arm, and I like with this as well. I like most of all is the fingers now are independent movement, although it is like two at a time compared to the original where you could actually flip someone off, which was kind of funny. In this, can't do that, but it's still nice. So let's do that with the same with this fellow, this arm. Pop them all together, take this hatch, flip it round. You see these two tabs, they go into the little back holes there. Flip him back, and there he is. Take this, make sure you have it in the right way, so it needs to be like that. There's a little tiny node here where these two snap in. It just calmly rests like that. Now we take the head. In the old days you used to do that. Take the mouth down so it goes like that, and that would be the best way to do it. No longer need to do that now. Mouth can stay as it is. Just take that down, move them to the sides, but I'll keep them up for now and just put it here because this is kind of tricky. Get these little pieces and they just snap in there. And there we go. So this is the fire mode. Almost forgot. Can't be anything without his trusty power pole. And let's just get him into the infamous spin position where you used to use this like a helicopter. And you can still do that, albeit it's the very slowest helicopter you've ever seen, but it's nice. It's still nice to have. And one thing I used to love about this, it wasn't up until a couple of years ago, when it wasn't when I was a kid, it was just a few years after that when I started to grow up and start to learn things, and looking back and seeing the things they Power Rangers or the Sentai paid homage to. And it's the fact that, although it's a dragon, this whole Red Dragon fighter mode is homage to the Monkey King. Like the crown on his head, everything, the power pole, the fact that the assault team, he flies around on it like it's a cloud. It's the Monkey King. Let's continue on because we've got a few guys to go before we even get to the Megazord. So we've got here, which I'm just gonna ease out because he's a little bit temperamental. This one is the Black Lion Thunder Zord. So pretty much a bit of a big difference compared to the original, not just in size but also in the color scheme. It's actually more accurate. Again said, all of these are show accurate. His paws themselves pretty nice, so let's just pull one off. The syllabits are pure die-cast metal. Like that's a hefty weight as well. It's got a nice weight to it, so it doesn't feel as fragile. Put you back on. These are a bit hard to get on. There we go. And the same with let's go with the helmet as well. One thing I really like about the helmet this time around is they've got and added a little tab to the top here. So in the old one, you just used to clip it on with its the actual helmet's main connectors, and it would always fall off. Or at least it did in mine. Now, the problem with the helmet on mine is this came when it was just with the shipping. It's the pauldron itself, well, the crest is a little bent out of shape, which is a bit unfortunate. And outside of that, obviously the old one, in the original, this piece could actually pop out. You could put little Zord figures in, little Ranger figures in. Can't do that anymore, but that's a price to pay, and a price I'm willing to pay, because it was annoying because it used to come out, fall out, and everything would just be a mess. So, you know, pretty nice thing. Okay, so next thing we'll do is we'll go with the Griffin Zord, and not much really to go on again outside of its, you know, more show accurate details. The only thing is these, I still can't tell if they're plastic or metal. They feel metal, but they're not cold like the others, the paws. So these could be just like plastic. They feel sound like plastic. So I think these are just plastic. I think the only metal is in the lion, so that's kind of a shame, but outside of that, you know, head articulation, nothing much. All this is from transformation purposes, so not much you can really say about that. So let's pop you to the side, go for the trusty blue unicorn. Right, same thing. Little metallic-y looking plastic, head bobbing, transformation purposes, and that's it. Still though, the design-wise, I always, like I said, I did love the designs of these. That's why it's one of my favourite Zords. Let's go quickly to the... Don't you fall. You go over there. You go over there. Stay there. Right, so we have to pop you off. Now, if you guys may not remember, the pink Firebird used to have actual feet. No longer has feet. It comes with this little piece that goes, you just pop off out of, there we go. So yeah, so it no longer has feet, it has this. It's just like a little stand. Clip it on. There you go. See, does it even? Doesn't even stand. Doesn't even stand. It needs the assault to stand. Tail design. This was, if I can remember, it was like a more shinier gold. It was actually more hard plastic. It's now soft plastic, which isn't too bad. Again, head movement, not so. Just for transformation purposes. We get wing articulation, quite nice. You can do that. That's as good as I can really think outside of that. And then otherwise, it's just transformation purposes. So with that all said and done, let's get on to the Megazord. So let's move this out of the way. Okay, so here we go. There's the Legacy Thunder Megazord all done. Now he does come with this trusty sword as he had. It also has a solid gold chain, which I think is really cool. Has two prongs on the side. This fits in just here. There's two little holes in the Firebird's wings that you can just tab that in. And let's just pull that out. Hopefully keeps everything in. And his fists open up. Let's just slide that sword in. Also, I like the sword as well. If you've noticed, it's like a shiny hard plastic, which sometimes looks weird, but for this it looks pretty nice. And then he has this trusty pole, which we'll just put into this hand. And hopefully he doesn't. See, the only downside is he's a very top heavy. Little top heavy. Make sure that's down. But yeah, he kind of gets a quite top heavy on this. So yeah, you're not really going to get much favors with that. So the only downside is he's very top heavy and there's no way to really stabilize him. But outside of that, he's a really nice figure. I think we can sort of keep that there. I'm just moving him as far back as I can. Keep him in shot. That it doesn't look really big there, but let's just quickly compare him to his Dino Charge counterpart, and you can really see the difference. And that is tall. So he's taller than the original. Not the Legacy version, the original version. Because don't forget, he's also top heavy. So let's just push him to normal hand height. He's a good head higher. Wow. So yeah, I mean, outside of the top heaviness, this is a really good Megazord, and it's one that I'm really happy to add to my list. That's not much I can say. It's a solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. Again, there's just a few things that I kind of wish could be improved. Like, for one, I think that top heaviness is always going to happen. So I wish they kind of added something to stabilize it. Outside of that, it's a great Megazord, and if you get a chance, definitely pick it up. Okay guys, so hopefully I'm going to be able to try and get the White Tiger as well, but that might be a while from me doing this. So in regards to that, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. We always want to hear your thoughts, especially when it comes to Power Rangers. What do you think of this Megazord? Did you think the Legacy Thunder Megazord is a good buy? Let me know. Outside of that, this is Dave from Comic Reviews Next. Peace out. May the power protect you always.